Well, it's like the Simone Biles situation.
I don't know.
Are you hip to what's going on?
Yeah, let me know.
So, you know how the Olympics are going on right now?
Oh, yeah, she dropped out, right?
She dropped out because...
Mental health.
So apparently there's this thing with gymnasts called the twisties. And basically it's like a phenomenon where they are, they're doing their sport and like they get completely just disconnected with their mind and their body.
It's like some hypnosis type shit?
Yeah, it's just, I think it's probably something from overtraining or just being too stressed out.
Do they have weight limits? Is it the same as boxing where they have to like...
I don't know. I don't think so. But basically they're doing these flips and like all these crazy maneuvers, and it's a thing that gymnasts have happen to them, the twisties, where they are feeling disconnected from their body. So they might be in the middle of the trick or, so
they're getting like head trauma and weird shit like that.
Right. And like they're trying to do a double backflip and all of a sudden they feel like they can't do it in the middle of the air. So they like bail out and they don't remember how to physically move. They've done it too many times or something like that. I don't know. I've never experienced it. Obviously I can't even do a half flip.
Yeah.
But, she apparently was dealing with that in combination with some mental health stuff and just probably just too much pressure in this whole situation. Yeah. People are calling her the GOAT and all this stuff, and she is, but she dropped out of a few of the competitions, and apparently she's going to be back tomorrow on the balance beam and do her thing. But as soon as she dropped out, all of a sudden it's one of those things where it's like fucking, oh, are you on this side or are you on that side? Do you think that she's fucking whack for doing that? Or do you think like, oh, I respect the mental health? And it's like everything has to be a side instead of like,
it's like, how about
can we talk about what's going on? Like what happened? What are the facts?
Yeah, listen more. I think everyone's always kind of like, I need to have an opinion on this. But I think listening is more valuable than trying to get out your opinion. But that's just human nature, People are narcissistic. It's like we gotta... It's about, I saw this thing on Google, right? 7.9 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bet you feel important today, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, just listen, I get it. If it's something you truly feel super strong about, like, speak your voice, like, freedom of speech, I'm all with that. But like, not every single thing that happens that most of the time we don't have shit to do with, do we need to like have an opinion on. I don't need to have an opinion on Simone Biles and her decision. That's her decision. Only she knows why she did what she did, and more power to her. Like I'm not gonna sit here and down her. I mean, it's funny. Like even in the music industry, that's such a common thing now, right? It's like this artist had a dead crowd at Rolling Loud. Yeah. Is she overrated? Or is she really the truth? It's like, why does it have to be one or the other? Maybe it was just like her shit didn't resonate with the people that were at that place at that time. And it is what it is.
And 10 years ago, that shit was happening too. Because I don't know if anyone's ever been to a fucking music festival before. Yeah. But most of the time, people aren't going that crazy until the headliner or the person right before the headliner
comes on. Or like, Drake comes on.
It's the fucking daytime. It's still light out.
Yeah.
Cats aren't like fucked up yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just kind of chilling. That doesn't mean they're not enjoying the performance, but like...
You've performed. We both have performed, right? Sure. If people are honed into you and they don't know you like that, they're not going to naturally just be gigging like that because they're actually trying to process it.
That's a great point.
They're sitting there looking at you and they're like, it's like a scan. They're like scanning like, okay, who is this person? I don't really know this person. Like, I mean, the situation I was talking about is Coi Leray, right? I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but I always see her in the blogs and it's always like, is she dope or is she not? And it's like, what? Obviously she's dope because there's songs that we all know by her that people know, and she's at those festivals. Like, obviously she's dope. Is she an up and coming artist? Yes. Has she toured? No, because she just got popping during the fucking pandemic. So like, of course she's not gonna have her show just dialed down like she's The Weeknd.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It just doesn't matter if you're a middle part of the bill,
exactly,
and people are standing there watching. They're enjoying the show. If they don't necessarily know all the music, then they might not be like physically participating, like jumping up and down, putting their hands up, whatever. But that doesn't mean that they're not enjoying the performance. And so all of these like blogs that now only exist as Instagram accounts or whatever that are just solely existing for the purpose of like getting views and comments and interactions.
That's where they create the "Are you this or this?" because it creates the engagement.
It's what sells. It's the only thing that creates engagement, because it's like, oh, you comment for this side, you comment for that side.
Hater culture is serious.
It's crazy, bro. But no, I mean, it's a totally normal thing as an artist to be on a bill, especially for a festival where it's a group of people that might not be there for just one artist or whatever. And, you know, if people are watching the show, who's to say all those people didn't enjoy the performance?
Exactly. It's like when you're watching a movie for the first time, you're not just going crazy while you're watching it.
Right.
You know? You're processing it. You're being like, do I like this movie? You're going to laugh at certain stuff. You know, you're going to enjoy it or you're not, but it's like until you've watched that movie hella times are you like looking forward to the parts. You know, you're like, oh yeah, this part's coming up. Ooh. It's the same thing with music. You don't know the song, you're like still kind of like, all right, you know.
Well, and also if you've ever gone to a show and saw an opener that did really well and then you ended up being like, oh wow, I want to find out who that is and listen to their music.
Yeah.
You weren't immediately watching and being like, this shit's crazy, like I'm turning up. Like you were just watching.
You're observing.
And then you to make a mental note like, oh, this is super dope. Like I gotta find out who this is. And so just that whole notion of like now with social media, like these festivals are these like make or break moments where it's like you don't have the crowd hype, then like your shit is whack. Like you're only popping on TikTok. It's like, just stop with all the dramatics.
Then I saw like it's dramatic, right? And then it's like, well, she didn't do as well as XXX Tentacion. It's like, oh, so you're comparing this artist that just like is starting to have her first shows during the pandemic to XXX, like one of the dopest fucking performers and creatives in general of this generation right here.
And also known for like getting crowds absolutely just bananas hyped.
Next level energy.
Right.
You know, it's like, come on. Like blogs know what they're doing. You know, they know that they're stirring the pot. You know, they know exactly what it is, because when people get the breath taken out of them when they see the headline, they're like, there's no way that she's XXX. You know, it's like the breath comes out of them.
It's wild.
If something is proposed to someone that they obviously are going to disagree with, it takes the breath out of them. And then they get to Twitter fingering, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.